Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a video that's going to be premiered tomorrow, sometime around 4 o'clock. So definitely tune into this premiere video. This is actually for Demon Hunter's, I believe, 9th studio album that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys. And this is for War, the re-review that I'm doing for WAR, War. So I'm gonna re-review this for you guys because I know I remember reviewing it back in 2019, but I just want to re-review it just to finish out the discography of Demon Hunter's discography for all 11 albums. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for War for the second time around and let you know my thoughts on all 11 songs. So let's dive into this album, this re-review I meant to say. Sorry if I keep thinking it's an album review, it's a re-review. Because I remember doing the album review 3 years ago, or 3+ years ago. So it starts with Cut to Fit, and already it's starting off pretty well. Ryan Clark's screaming and his clean vocals in this song is really good. The chorus sounds really good. I really like how the chorus comes in with some good screams and clean vocals. It mixes it up with this track. And the drum work and guitar work is pretty well done. So 5 out of 5 for Cut to Fit. Really like how it's sounding sonically and musically and instrumentally too. So next is On My Side, and that's another good one. It just has clean vocals from Ryan Clark through the verses and the chorus, and it sounds really good with how it's sounding overall. I'm really liking this track, and the tone of the track is pretty monotoned a bit, but it's like toned down a bit with the melody, but it sounds really good with how it's sounding overall. So 5 out of 5 for On My Side. Close Enough was another good track. Really enjoyed this one for sure. Um, Ryan Clark's delivery with his screams sound really good, and the clean vocals sound good too as well. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Unbound is a pretty strong track. Um, it just has him screaming unbound, unbound, the way he's screaming it, and all that. And it does seem repetitive for a moment, but it does execute pretty well when the verses come in with his screaming vocals from Ryan Clark. So it's pretty good, and drum wise and guitar wise, I meant to say, it's pretty strong of a track. So 5 out of 5. Gray Matter is another good song. Really like this one. I'm liking the first half of the album. When you get to the second half, that's where it starts being a bit. But yeah, Gray Matter is a pretty strong track, and I really like this one with how it's sounding with Ryan Clark's clean vocals, and I believe some of his scream vocals from time to time, depending on which area, or unless it's just a clean vocal track. I have to go back and hear this track again in full to see where I lie with this song, but I'll still give it a 5 out of 5. The Negative is a pretty strong track. It does seem a little repetitive and relies on the chorus a bit too much, but in a good way. I really like this song, so 5 out of 5. Ash is a jokingly kind of song. It sounds like ass a bit, but that's how I'm perceiving it, I guess. Like, you could joke around with this track a bit and say ass, ass, and the way it's sounding, but I know it's called Ash. It's an average track. It's not my personal favorite song off this album, but it's something. I'm sorry to joke around with this track, but it's just the irony with how Ryan Clark is screaming Ash. It almost sounds like ass, for sure. So, the song's not bad, it's just not my favorite. So, 3.5 out of 5. No Place for You Here is a solid track. I think it's alright for what it's going for, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Leave Me Alone is another solid track for what it is. I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5. When Ryan Clark comes in with his screams and then his clean vocals, it does do all right for what it's going for. So 4.5 out of 5 for this. It sounds good musically, but with the execution with Ryan Clark's vocal potential, it sounds all right. So Lesser Gods is the final song on the regular edition, and this was a pretty strong track. Really like this one, so 5 out of 5. I'm not really disappointed with this track for what it's going for. I just think it's a strong track. Because of the scream vocals and from Ryan Clark and his clean vocal delivery sounds pretty strong. So I'm not disappointed with this one. And finally, we get to the last song, the deluxe edition track, which is called Gunfight, and it is a 5.5 minute song, but it is well worth listening to because I really like this track. The screams on it are really good from Ryan Clark, and just the breakdowns with the drum work and guitar work, and just the music breakdown in the track with how the melody is sounding overall does pretty good over me, in my opinion. So, really digging this track, so 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Demon Hunter's War album, this re-review I did for you guys, is a good listen. It has some weak moments from tracks 7 to 9, but other than that, not really disappointed with this album. I think it's a good album in its own way. It just, Ash is the weakest song in my opinion. And I know it's a song I gotta listen to a little more to see if it grows on me, but I don't know. It's just the way it sounds overall with how Ryan Clark is singing that song. It sounds like ass. The lyric he's trying to sing is Ash, but but it almost sounds like ass when how he's singing it. That's how I'm viewing it, I guess, but that's just my opinion. So overall, I think Demon Hunter War, this re-review, is a good listen. Definitely check it out and see what you think of it for yourself. And first score for me, I'm giving Demon Hunter's War album for the re-review an 8 out of 10. This was a good listen. I remember giving it like a 9.5 out of 10 for the time, but it's grown a little weaker as of replay value because of me not really getting accustomed to this album because of the Ash song. It's called Ash. So it's not ass, it's called Ash. But I'm sorry to make a joke about that. It's just, that's how I'm viewing it, I guess. But anyways, 8 out of 10 for Demon Hunter War, this re-review. I think it's a good album in its own way. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Demon Hunter War album if you've listened to it. And if you enjoyed this Demon Hunter War album, this re-review I meant to say, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. There will be another re-review coming out on the 27th for Peace. This re-review is being premiered for this video on the 26th at 4 o'clock. So definitely tune into this premiere video when you get the chance to. I hope you enjoyed this premiere video for Demon Hunter War. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. I don't know if it's my best video, but I really tried to make it as good as possible. And there'll be some more videos on the 25th before this video comes out that you'll be enjoying throughout the night. So until then, stay safe, take care, and as always, I will see you in my next review.